Hello my dear students, welcome to the classroom. This is the first online class for BSc first semester of Core 1 Practical. Core 1 means Mathematical Physics, where the different mathematical problems related to the physics subject is discussed. I think you already have familiarized with the subject. However, I shall not discuss much about the theory. Instead, I will discuss about the practical related to the mathematical physics. Since last few discussion with the students, I came to know that most of the students are not having computer with them. And due to the current situation of COVID-19, we cannot conduct the practical classes in the laboratory. As most of you will be using mobile phone, I shall try to do these practicals using mobile phone. But you must note that mobile based programming will not be as much as convenient as computer. So initially I shall try to give you some basic ideas about the programming. Before going to the core classes, I suggest all the students to install the applications in your mobile phone. The practicals of this class, that is Core 1, you can say Mathematical Physics Practical or Computational Physics, will be based on the programming language C. Now the question is, why we shall use that? What is computation? What is programming language? Why we need programming language instead? So that all these questions will be revealed in today's class. Hello students, I am Rupraj Vishwa Sharma, a research scholar from Kohima Science College. So let's start. Assume that you have birthday tomorrow and 5 of your friends are asking for party. Now you can arrange a small party or just take them to a restaurant and the party is over. That is pretty simple. Now come to the storyline 2. Assume that you are General Secretary of Kohima Science College and organizing a festival where so many resource persons, thousands of students, many teachers are participating. The answer is no. So what you will do? You have to make a committee, suppose fooding department, decoration, stage management, receiving the resource persons, and etc. etc. So whole this thing is called program, so that you can easily complete the whole festival. Now similarly, you need to understand the computer programming. You have to use that. How? Say you want to add 5 plus 7, and that is easy, isn't it? That is 12. But if summations, multiplications, integrations using thousands of numbers is given to you to calculate in a second, can you do that? Definitely no. So you have to make a program. Similarly, the program you have arranged for the Kohima Science College, which can easily complex equations which you are using in mathematical physics. For this purpose, we use programming languages. There are different types of programming languages. You can use different purpose of them depending on your need. But in this case, for computation of mathematical physics, we will use the C programming. To make a program in C for solving the equations, you need to learn that. How should it be structured, or how it performs, how it works, you have to know that. That's why we learn C programming here. Hope you got all the answers of earlier questions. Now let's have a look about the structure of the C programming language. C is a procedural programming language. It was initially developed by one scientist, engineer Dennis Ritchie in 1972, and it was mainly developed for the programming language for computer systems like operating systems, Windows, those things. Earlier it was DOS system, so it was developed to make those type of operating systems. Actually, the main feature of the language include low level access of memory. It uses very low memory and simple set of keywords. So we using very less number of keywords, that programming language can be used. So later on, from this programming language, different programming language, they have used the inputs like JavaScript, PHP, C++, like this. Now, as you can see in the screen, I have opened the CPP Droid. How to open and how to do that I'll come later, but before that you can see the structure of the programming language. This is a very simple programming program I have made. Here you can see around 8 lines are there, starting from hash ending at the bracket. So what does all these lines means? I will explain one by one. So this is called the structure of C program. Structure of C program. As I have told you the story, the structure of a formal program, there will be different parts. Similarly, in the C program also you will have different parts. Each part has its own meaning. So one by one I will explain it. Suppose you will see that hash include stdio.h, the first line. This line called the inclusion of the header file. You can see inside a arrow bracket stdio.h means standard input output dot header. And what is the meaning of header? That I am coming. So this line means the programming language will include the header file at the beginning of the program. Without header file, no C program will run. Now let me tell a small story about header file. What is the meaning of header file? Suppose you want to go a library. There are different books are there like mathematics, physics, chemistry. But if you want to read a mathematics book, suppose from there you want to learn a calculation, you have to open a shell, different part of in the library. There you have a key. Similarly, this include command will include the particular standard input output. Sometimes you can use math.h, that means mathematical calculations. When you are using, then you will use math.h. Here for basic programmings we can use standard input output. Okay, there are so many other header files like stdlib.h, library function, string.h, different strings, math.h, as I already told. So you understood the first line. Hash is the starting of C programming. With hash, it will understand that okay, with this line user want me to include any library or header file. Now inside this arrow bracket you have to use the name of the header file. So first line it's clear, I think. Second, you come int main and bracket, first bracket is there. int main is called main method declaration. Main method declaration means after going to the library you opened a book. Now you want to find, suppose in mathematics books, a equation. So particular for that equation you are declaring the main equation. So this is called method. Which method you want to calculate the program. So that's why it is called initialization of main function in the second line. So this line declares the main function, and the syntax to declare the main function is int main and bracket, first bracket, starting and closing. Okay. Third part you are coming, you can see int a equals to 10. Here it is the main part of your program where you can define any variable, any parameter, any writings, and you can calculate here. So you understood, first you are going to a library, you are opening a particular shell, and after opening you are trying to a particular method, and with that method you are coming to calculate your own in your own method. So that's why in the third bracket part it is the declaration of the, in the third bracket part, first line is the declaration of your variable. So you are taking a variable name a equal to 10. 10 is a number. So what you are doing, you are defining a variable called a, the value of a is 10. Okay, and 10, how it will understand? Initially you have written int, it is called integer. So what you are defining, the value a is an integer and the value of a is 10. Okay. Now next you can see double slash. So this is a comment line. Double slash means you can write anything there. It will not be counted as a programming. But why we use that? Suppose you are writing a big program and you don't know, you may forget the meaning of the line. So in double slash, you can write the meaning of the line. Suppose here you can write int is used for integer. Suppose you can write it int is used for integer. Okay. Oh, sorry. So later on you can understand, okay, that is the meaning of int. Okay. Now I am coming to the fourth part. You can see in the line 6 it is written printf inside bracket that is the comment %d comma a. Okay, these things will go deeper in the next class. Now I am telling you, this whole part is called the body of function in C program, refers to the operation that are performed in the functions. It can be anything like manipulation, searching, sorting, printing, etc. So here we are using printf function to print the value of a, and this way we can print %d means it will print the value of a. %d means that is the integer number, and which integer we want to print? A, that is a. After that number 7 line you can see return 0. By this name we can, this is called the return statement. The last part in C program is the return statement. This is the last part. The return statement refers to the returning of the values from a function. So this return statement and return value depend upon the return type of the function. For example, if you return type is void, then there will be no return statement. If any other case, there will be a return statement and the return value will be type of the specific return type. I think you didn't understand. Just simply you remember that return will terminate the program and the system will understand that program has been terminated. That means the program is completed. After that, the next line you can see third bracket is closed. That means this is the body and body portion is completed. Okay. So this is the whole structure of a C program, simple C program. As we continue to understand the complex analysis, we will go different parts of the body, but the main structure will be same. Either maybe stdio.h will be changed to math.h, int main will be changed to void, maybe return 0 will not be there if you use void. So other parts int, instead of int we can use float. Those things you can refer to the note I have given. So I think you have understand the structure of C programming. Now how to open in this app, we'll learn it. Let me start from the beginning. Suppose you have installed already the program. Now you can use text editor, new file. You can write the program here. For time being I am showing you. You can write the program here and after that you can save it. So I already saved some programs. I can open that, say this one. Yeah, so you can see this way I have written the program here using the keyboard, and after that I have saved. So after saving I can close it, and of course you have to remember where you have saved. So for that I have used a particular folder. I remember, you also remember. Now after that you have to open CPP Droid. There you can open the file using this 3 dot, after that project, open from device. Now you can select the location. Okay, so I have written here in the BSC folder. I can open it, select. So you can see it is already opened. Now after opening, if the program is correct or not, first you have to make save. After that this button is called compilation. Compilation means it will verify your program, either the program is correct or not, either the system can understand or not, all the structure are same systematically or not. If it is showing that compilation is finished, then you can go for the run command. This is the play button, you can run. So you can see one result is coming 10. That means it is run successfully. So what we were supposed to get, we want to print the value of A here. So that's why when we run it is showing 10. So that means your C program has run successfully and the result is there. So today we have very simple program we have run, and I think you also do the same thing, same program you run on your mobile. If any difficulties, any conceptual problem in understanding, please comment there. I'll surely help that. So after completion this class, I will ask some questions and tasks. You have to submit those tasks in Google Classroom within a particular time. The students who will submit within time will be accounted as present. Thank you.